All praises unto Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles of GMS. On the true prophets will be pushing the truth in sincerity. I'm going to do this video because a brother had asked me um, to do this video going into how to determine if you're spending too much time um, on things not pertaining to the truth. And he specifically said too much time with a woman. Okay, so I got some precept prepared. All right, and and he had mentioned the fact that I'd given him an example on how I monitor my time, and now I wanted basically he asked me to do this video for for other people that were in the camp that hadn't heard um the same sentiment. Okay, and pretty much how I do it is I measure it against something that I like to do, but I know it's hard work. For instance, I like to go to the go to the gym. All right, try to get a few sessions a week. And what you notice is every time you're doing something that's not conducive to the truth, all right, maybe spending too much time with your woman or whatever, that amount of time that you spend doing that hard work that you like to do, but it's hard work. Let's, for instance, in my example, going to the gym and that time starts going down, man. Okay, and what I've seen with certain dudes within the world that so-called train and their so-called bodybuilding and all of that, which is all vanity. Let's not overlook that. That's all vanity. But at the end of the day, whenever they find a chick or they start getting up into a woman and all of that, you don't see these guys for extended periods of time. All right, until that relationship or that's whatever they're going through finishes, and then you see them popping back up on the truth. So I said to myself, okay, so if pretty much if that's what the dudes in the world conduct themselves as pertaining to the gym, well, look, if I start losing a certain amount of time for my training, then I know the next thing that's going to come out in terms of my time is going to be the truth. Okay, because the first measure is going to be something that you like, because you're going to handle, you're going to do the work, man. The scripture says that. We're going to go to some precepts that say that. Okay, you're going to get into the word, so you're going to do that. But what you're going to do first is start taking out time in other things that you like to do, but it's hard work, man, because you're gonna get lazy, and you're gonna want to be with, whether it's a woman or whether it's some other enterprise that's outside of this truth. You're gonna want to do that. Okay, so the first thing that's gonna go out is the stuff that you like to do, but you don't really have to do it. Now, when it comes down to you ain't going in there anymore, guess what's gonna be the next thing that Satan's gonna take away from you? Right? He's gonna start taking and chipping away that time that you spend in this truth. So that's the measure I put in. You lose a bit of time, whatever venture you're doing, okay. But once you know how to moderate it by that, all right, putting time into this truth becomes that much easier, man. Okay, so that's just the example that I had and I used, and a brother had asked me to put that on the on the camera on the video. But let me get into some precepts, okay, and we can expound upon what the scriptures say is concerning this matter. So this is the book of First Corinthians, the 7th chapter, and the 29th verse. It says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short." So we're getting into the time where all of these prophecies that the Lord had prophesied is coming to pass, man. All right, it's got to where you got out there in the Middle East, things are popping off. All right, numerous amount of chariot sightings. Okay, all kind of freak weather storms and weather phenomena. They're all coming to pass because we're in that time when the Lord, the highest, is beginning to revisit the world that He made. Okay, it says, "It remaineth that both that have wives be as they had none." Okay, so that means you ain't gonna be spending too much time with a woman. Really, you don't want to. Soldiers don't. Okay, they go in, get the pussy, right, just to put it out there. Then you might spoon or whatever for but then really you want to get back onto your onto your objective, man. Okay, because any dude that's deals with a certain amount of women knows this one thing for sure, man. Of which you ain't supposed to be dealing with a numerous amount of women. You're supposed, the scripture talks about you being focused upon to this truth, man. Lord give you a woman, deal with just that one, man. Okay, and that goes back onto what the elder Gabar had said. All right, but the point I was making is women have a thing of power. They're attracted to men in positions of power. Okay, that means there's gonna be a lot of adulterous nonsense out in this society, man. And you getting all up into this chicken head, and behind your back she's committing all kind of adultery, man. You're better off pushing this word and getting into it, and maybe losing it on the fact that you're spending too much time doing this word, man. Pushing this work. It's better off for you that way, because you get all up into it, and she's committing adultery behind your back, and you're not putting enough time into this truth. Guess what? You're gonna be a two-time loser, man. All right, so that's why the scripture says, "Be as though you have not." So you go there, you do what you gotta do, but really you're gonna be of the sentiment. Look, I just want to get back onto what I'm doing, man. Get back onto this work, man. And another thing that a lot of women like to do is to control dudes, especially in this society. They want to be the man. All right, but see, when some turmoil comes up, some missiles or earthquake, they're gonna be looking for the men. And guess who the men gonna be? They're gonna be the same guys that listen to the scriptures, hence these scriptures that you have out there, that really want to all up into these women, man. Do what you gotta do. We ain't no homosexuals. They do what they gotta. We do what we gotta do, and we go about our business, man. All right, meaning we ain't gonna get cracked, because being cracked means to lose this truth, man. All right, it says, "And they that wept, as though they wept not, and they that rejoice, as though they rejoice not, and they that buy, as though they possess not." So you might have, certain creature comforts the Lord hath given you, but you ain't really supposed to get all bugged out about what you got in this society and losing that, because you're supposed to be of the mindset that the Lord can lose that, take that away from me anytime, man. Case in point, the Lord give you, you come into money, all right. You ain't supposed to be all messed up that the fact that you got some money now. Really, that's for the whole unit, man. That's for the whole camp. So the Most High might give it to one individual, so another person's individual is not to have money. But see, here's the beauty of the Most High. Here's the beauty of the thing that He put for food. If you don't have, usually another brother's got it, man. Usually another brother's gonna handle the situation, man. All right. It says, "And they that rejoice, as they rejoice not, and they that buy, as though they possess not." Okay. I wanted to get into this scripture here, because this is prevalent, man. Revelations 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell there in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devils come down having great wrath, because he knoweth they have a short time." So if Esau's, this is Esau's year to push, man. So if Esau is pushing hard, why would not the men of the Lord be pushing hard, man? And even pushing hard, you're gonna have to make sacrifices, man. Now the ultimate sacrifice is you just put away all of them things, but the Most High might have mercy to where you can, do what you gotta do and get back onto this word, man. The Lord might do that, okay? But for the most part, you're just gonna be focused on the scriptures, man. All of those sensual pleasures you're gonna see in the book of 2 Peter, all of those sensual pleasures is gonna come on the other side, man. That's why the Lord said you're gonna have 7 wives, man, meaning the complete number, so you can have as many as you like, all right, and make up the time that you lost, so to speak. Okay, let's move on to this next precept here. It's got some words, so some guys gonna get deterred because we're getting into the to the words in that, man. So this is the book of 2 Peter, it's the 1st chapter on the 6th verse, and it says, "To know knowledge and temperance." I'll read up a little bit. "And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness." Okay, so the brother Paul Peter said that's what you gotta add, right? To your diligence, man. To push in this word, you might have a guy that gets into the scriptures, the precepts, all kind of diligent, all right, but he hasn't got those qualities of faith, all right, because you've seen a lot of guys fall out. They were all, super duper Israelite prophets, man, all right, but they weren't the prophets because they didn't have the faith, man, and they fell out, all right. Some guys come in and, they got all the fire but no knowledge, so they go off a lot, so they come out of this thing, all right. And some guys have the complete package, but no temperance. Okay, they don't know how to balance things. And let me get into this word temperance, and you're gonna see that it's a pretty heavy word, man. It says, this is temperance. Okay, it says self-control. All right, that's self-control. That means you're gonna have to curb your appetite. All right, in certain things, you're gonna have to cut down the time that you spend, right, on things that are not gonna be helping you to push this truth. Things that's gonna make you weak in the flesh. All right, That's gonna those things that are gonna make you weak in the flesh. You're gonna have to curb those, because those things gonna be used against you. If Esau's coming down with having great wrath, all right. Guess what he's gonna use? In that time, guess what he's gonna use against you, man? He's gonna have it to where either he's gonna be your kids or your woman, and he's gonna have them in a situation. He's gonna give you a choice. You're either gonna take the chip, all right, or you're gonna lose this, man. Here's the ironic thing: you might be in this thing, they might not take the chip, and the Most High might still not have mercy on them, man. He might just have mercy on you, man. The scripture talks about how you might save your wife, but you might not, man. So you're better off just pushing this work, man. And whatever else is going on, you know, in your immediate so-called, life, you're gonna be as though you don't have it, man. Okay? Hey, this thing's a cold thing, man. But then it all goes back onto, we're samurai, man. All right, if you watch them samurai movies, man, like 47 Ronin, all right, what else comes to mind? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, all of them kind of samurai movies, man. They go into some of these kind of things, man. Self-control and temperance and so on and so forth, and you find out, man, okay, that they put off certain things. Now, how much more so are we not supposed to be the servants of the Most High? Because the word samurai means servant, man. So we're likened to the samurai of the Most High, man. You see the way they conduct themselves. They might have a wife, but the wife already know, like, look, man, I'm the wife of a samurai, so this guy might get himself killed, man. He probably ain't gonna come around a lot of the time, man. I'm not get it twisted. A woman ain't gonna understand that sentiment, but that's the mindset you gotta be of. All right. So let me get into this word one more time. It says self-control. It says the virtue of one who masters his desires and passions. Okay. The virtue of one who masters his desires. What's your desire to be? Whatever your desire is, and his passions. And he says, especially his sensual appetites, man. So what's your sensual appetites? Getting into the sex and all of those other sensual appetites, man. You gotta be able to control yourself in that, because you got a lot of dudes, especially in this world, man. A lot of dudes is victim to a woman's vagina, man. That's why they commit all kind of adultery. See, if you have no ability, all right, of self-control, right, of your sensual appetites, guess what? You're gonna be committing a lot of adultery in this society, man. You're gonna be committing a lot of adultery, all right. But see, one who masters these desires and passions, you're gonna move through not only with temperance, but also in righteousness, because you ain't gonna be dealing with another man's woman. Okay, so pretty much with that, I'm gonna say all praise unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMIs, and honestly, brothers, that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Hopefully, that was of edification. Like I said, somebody had asked me to do this video. I don't want to really go into to the women and all of that's not really my forte, but it was asked of me. So with that, I'm gonna say all praise unto it. And when I say getting into it, I'm because there's elders that do that, and if I say something that's not conducive to this truth, and I'm gonna get in trouble. So the elders usually get onto these women, man, and you can watch that. But see, it was asked of me to do this, so here you have it. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.